What is up, everyone? I'm Ella Snyder. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you are new, you should subscribe because I'm super fun and quirky and I live in New York City and I make videos about fashion and going to art school and vlogs of me doing cool things like working at Teen Vogue, and I personally think my videos are really fun, so subscribe. I really just gave myself like the most shameless self-promo and there's a siren going off in the background, so sorry. Thank you for bearing with me. This video is going to be 19 things that I have learned before turning 19, and I absolutely love watching these kinds of videos because I'm like a fiend for like self-help kind of vibes. And yeah, these are just 19 things that I learned in my 19 years of living on this planet, so keep watching. My first little life tip is that the friends that you have are there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And this is pretty self-explanatory, but consider yourself blessed if you have more than a few lifetime friendships. I know for me, I still talk to some of the kids that I went to kindergarten with, and I'm now, 19 and a freshman in college, and I think that's crazy. It just like shocks me that all of this time has gone by and we've gone down different life paths. We live on different like sides of the world, different sides of the country, and we still, talk so frequently and like make plans to hang out. I think that's so special. Lifelong friendships are the best friendships, let me tell ya. Life tip number 2 is that sometimes it is so much more fun to stay in than it is to go out. So whether you're in college or you're in high school, don't worry about going to a party if you don't think that it is going to be the best night of your life. I really didn't like socialize with a lot of the kids that I went to school with, and whenever there was a party coming up, I would just get major social anxiety because I really wasn't close with any of them and I never really wanted to go. And it's the same thing living in New York City and going to college, like with clubbing and all of that. Like clubs just like aren't my scene. Like all you do is like sit at a table, there's like unlimited free alcohol, but like some of us are 19 and pure and we don't let that touch our bodies. And it's just like really not that fun. It can be literally so much more special to just stay in and have your like closest friends around you, watch a movie, make a family dinner, play a board game, I don't know. Just to be around your friends in an environment where you feel safe and happy is so much better than it is to like go to a party or go to a club or anything like that, in my opinion. Number 3 is that self-love is the most important kind of love, and this one I really can't elaborate that much on because I have always been someone who struggles with, self-acceptance. I was like in 6th grade being like the most self-deprecating 6th grader maybe ever, and learning to love myself has been an absolute challenge, but I am at a point where I can say that I do love myself, and there's no real path to loving yourself except for just growing and finding who you are, finding what you're passionate in, and living your dream, which is what I'm doing now, living in New York City. And that's really all I can say, and like the only advice I can give on finding a way to love yourself is to live your dream and just live your best life, because that has really been my gateway to self-love. My 4th piece of advice is that boys are freaking dumb, okay? And I'm only 19, so I have a long ways ahead of me with, love life and all of that BS, but let me just tell you, boys are not worth your time when there are empires to be built and money to be made. And the other day I was, going through a rough patch with my love life, and my friend Maud texted me and she was like, "Sweetie, there is no reason to sit in your dorm room and cry over a silly boy when there is money to be made." And she's right, okay? If you are at a point where you're not happy with yourself or you're not happy with your life, don't waste time on trying to find someone else to take the responsibility of making you happy, because at the end of the day, only you can make you happy. And you need to focus on yourself. You need to build your empire, make that money. Don't cry off your expensive ass makeup because it looks way too good to be crying over a dumb boy. Boys are dumb. You should, in your phone notes, this is what I did, make like a list of criteria for a man. My friend's mom actually told me to do this, and it's like one of the best ideas I've ever heard of. But she was like, list out 7 criteria for someone, and not just like superficial criteria like must have brown hair, must wear designer clothes, like that's silly, but like actual criteria like must make me a better person, like must make me laugh, like the important things that are like truly important to you, like qualities that you would want in the man that you'd want to marry, or the woman, you know, we're open here. But yeah, you should have a list of these qualities, and whenever you meet someone new and you're like talking to someone new, you should like look through your criteria and see if they like match at least, you know, 5 out of 7 of the criteria, because if they're not, they're a waste of your time, okay? That's all I have to say. Okay, so this next one should be common sense to all of us, but I feel like I have to say it anyways because, you know, there are still some of us women out there that are putting each other down, which is a waste of our time, but I'm gonna say it anyways. If your feminism does not include low income, disabled, trans, non-binary, women of color, sex workers, it is not feminism, okay? Check your privilege and preach equality. Life tip number 6, movies are the best invention ever. Invest in watching them and culturing yourself. Same goes for music, live performances, and visual art. And books. Number 7, manners go a long way. Be kind to everyone you meet because you never know who's going to help further your career, help build your empire, or just be someone special in your life. It is so important to be nice to every single person you meet, including service workers and just people on the street that seem like they're having a bad day. You should smile at them and you should be nice and have good manners. Number 8, the world is yours, the world is your oyster, but it's also everyone else's. So keep in mind that everyone else is going through their own thing and that you have to be respectful of that, because you never know what someone is going through and you never know what empire they're trying to build, okay? I really need to stop using this building an empire thing, but like we're living for it, so we're not gonna stop. Number 9, experiences are the greatest investment. You're always going to remember that trip to Paris that you took, but you may not remember that Dior shirt you bought 2 weeks ago. This kind of goes along with what I said about movies, because movies, in my opinion, are an experience, but like being able to spend money to experience something amazing is always going to be more memorable and more exciting than copying, you know, the newest Supreme drop. When you're 80, no one's gonna talk about the box logo that you bought because that shit was ugly. They're gonna be talking about all of the fun that you had in Paris. So I keep saying Paris, but I think it's just because I'm wearing a beret. Number 10 is something that I'm still trying to work on, but it is a tip that I've learned, and it is to make eye contact. I am so uncomfortable with like speaking, especially to new people, that I always like will like be talking to them and then my eyes will be like darting away from them because I get like self-conscious. And you should make eye contact with people. Even just practicing with like talking to people and making eye contact with them will help you get so much better at it, which is what I've learned recently. But yeah, eye contact is so important. It just makes you seem a lot more confident in what you are saying, and it makes the people that you're talking to feel a lot more connected to you, which is so important. Number 11, be confident in yourself. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Don't be afraid to be the first person out on the dance floor shaking your booty to that newest bop. You should wear what makes you feel good, because when you're confident, you are your best self. And don't be afraid to laugh at yourself when you make mistakes, because confident people laugh at themselves. When you're laughing at yourself, everyone else is just laughing with you and not at you. That was deep, I know. Number 12, live your dream and pursue your passion. Don't worry about the money. No matter what career path you go down, as long as you are happy with what you're doing and this is what you have dreamed about doing for so long, happiness is going to come along with that. And for me, my dream was moving to New York City, going to art school, and making YouTube videos, and the fact that I'm sitting here doing all of those things means that I'm living my dream, and I am so freaking happy about that. Work your butt off and work on your craft, because if you're doing that while living your dream, success will come eventually. Life tip number 13, tip your waitstaff. If you don't have enough money to tip your waitstaff, you don't have enough money to eat out. Like, that is a rule to live by, because these people are doing so much work serving you, serving other people. They're working so freaking hard, and they are not getting paid nearly enough for the work that they are doing, and they deserve your tip. Number 14, know when to give credit and know when to take blame. This is so self-explanatory, I really don't have to go deep into it, but just give credit where credit is due and take the blame when something is your fault. Number 15, you're never too old to need your mom. I'm literally 19 years and 2 weeks old, so what's up? But I literally just got off the phone with my mom before filming this video, because whenever I'm having a rough day or whenever I'm having a great day, my mom is like the first person I want to go to. And at first when I got here, I was like, Ella, you are too old to be calling mommy when you have a problem. But like, you literally aren't. Your parents, they birthed you, they made you, they love you, and they want to hear how you're doing, and they want updates on your life, and they want to know when you're in trouble, and they want to know when you're doing perfectly fine. And that's what they're there for. They're there to support you, and they're there to make you a better person. So you're never too old to need your mom or your dad. Call them. Number 16, make goals for yourself. Make vision boards, do whatever it takes, but if you truly believe and wish that something will happen, it will manifest in your life. And I really do believe this. I have a vision board out in my kitchen out there, and so does my roommate, and like literally every day when I'm leaving, I like look at that and I like remember all of the goals that I've made for myself, and I can literally like look at that and check off the things that have already happened to me because I have manifested them into this world just by working hard and truly believing that they will happen. They're happening. Number 17, thank you notes go a long way. It is just so nice to know that you have appreciated what these people have done for you, and sending out a thank you note is just such a nice, flattering way to show that appreciation. It's like so nice. Number 18, just because you saw it online does not mean it's true. This is so freaking true, especially living in New York City. There's always things being posted online about who's doing this and someone is dating this other person and like all of this stuff, and you're like, oh my god, like what's going on? And like, don't use the internet as your main source of information, because half of the things on there are falsified, they're dramatized, they're not freaking true. You know, some people make story time videos about having a crazy stalker. It's not true. So yeah, don't believe everything you see online. Number 19, don't do something just to look cool. I really freaking learned this one the hard way this year. Moving to New York and going to art school where literally everyone is like 4 million times cooler than me, I got here and just like absorbed all of these individuals that I was meeting and like changed who I was to be cooler, and I ended up just being like the biggest cornball like laughing stock of all time. So don't do anything that doesn't feel authentic to you just to look cool, because that's only cool in like someone else's world, and I think that it's way more important to be cool for yourself. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. So those are all of my 19 tips. I could easily list off a bajillion more, but I won't because this video is so long already because I just don't know how to speak English today. But I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video and maybe even learned a thing or two from it. It took me 19 years to learn these things, so hopefully I could let you know all of these things, you know, in a quick YouTube video. I really did enjoy filming this for you guys. I really enjoyed making a list of all of the things that I have been so appreciative to learn. Thank you. Subscribe if you're not. Check out my Instagram because way cooler things happen down there. That's really it. I will see you guys in my next video. I love you so much. Bye. I've never kissed the camera before. It felt so weird.